Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the eISL powered by Coca-Cola with Hero as our associate partner, Nordwin Gaming as our esports partner, and PlayStation as our platform partner. My name is Nikhil Siavansali, and joining me on the desk is, of course, Azim. And I think, Azim, we finished off one Davi. It's time now to head on towards the southern side for the second one.
Yeah, Hyderabad FC, of course, have had only the one game so far which they played, and they gave the current leaders, Chennai and FC, a big run for their money. I think they pretty much, Chennai clutched it right at the end by drawing the co-op game, so it was a very, very close, very intense battle. Bengaluru FC have also looked pretty solid. I think FC Goa edged one very, very close game, just about edged them out. Otherwise, they would have been 2 from 2 as well. So, yeah, both very, very good teams. We've seen there's no real weak link in either team. I think both Sagnik and Varsi, as well as Adizima and DK, they're all very, very powerful, very, very capable players. So, expecting to see big things today.
Exactly right. I think, but now let's take a look towards the schedule itself. What matches we're going to see, particularly today, those individual matchups themselves. First game, of course, it's going to be Varsi versus Adizima, and the second game, Sagnik versus DK. And as you mentioned, for the side of both of these teams, they've only looked a little lower against those leaders that we've seen earlier today on the leaderboard, which is FC Goa and Chennai and FC. And even against those teams, it was very, very close. So for both of these teams, a chance to really set themselves apart from each other, because they are the teams looking to challenge those top two.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I would expect one of these two teams to be in the top 4 for sure, and that's what they're going to be battling for. That head-to-head, that making sure that they reach those final playoffs, and of course then have a chance to reach the global series themselves.
Yeah, but for now, let's have a look at the players themselves and see what they have to say.
My name is Shagnik Banerjee. I'm 19 years old. I'm from Kolkata.
I am Amanuddin. I am 20 years old. I am from Dehradun.
I'll be representing
Bengaluru FC.
Obviously, I love the game like everyone loves football, right?
It started like every other game out there.
That's where the passion comes from.
Some of our friends told me you play really well and you should go out and try in a tournament, and it all started from there.
Bengaluru FC has always been one of my favorite clubs in the ISL. They have Sunil Chhetri, who is probably India's greatest player of all time.
I think they're the favourites to win this year as well.
Yeah, I'm really confident. I think I'm going to win.
Look out for us.
I'm Darvesh from Delhi. I'm 22 years old.
I'm Aditya. I'm 23. I'm from Bhopal. And I will be playing from Hyderabad FC.
Hyderabad FC has one of the coolest kits in the league.
We are a new team, and you know new is always better. So better watch out for us.
So I started playing the game competitively around 4 years ago.
FIFA 22 is a step towards being a professional.
The game comes to me naturally, and I was born to play this game.
Every Hyderabad fan is special, and I want you all to come and support us.
I believe if you watch our first game day, you'll keep watching us till the end.
And yeah, you heard it from the players. I'm sure they're hyped up, and I think for me, especially Azim, the fact here becomes, like we were talking about, right? As you mentioned, you expect these teams to be in the top 4. So for themselves too, given how close the matches were, I think both of them are going to want a statement, a dominating win, to really be like, yeah, no, it might have been close against those two. It's not going to be close here.
Yeah, I mean, but in fairness, it's been very close when both of these teams played Chennai and FC, and as we go over to them, a little bit of laughing, bantering as well. I really enjoy watching the Bengaluru FC boys. I think they get along with each other very well. They both look like they run a common TikTok account together. with the hairstyles and everything they've got going on. And DK Adizima as well, they're both very, very capable players, two slightly contrasting styles in the way that they play. DK, bit more of like a power player, likes to go very, very aggressive. I think Adizima likes to build his play, be patient. But they're all looking pretty chilled out, pretty calm, pretty comfortable right now. And I guess those we know those expressions are all completely going to change as soon as that referee's whistle blows and
Yeah.
fist bumps are out and controllers are in hand, and we should be kicking off very soon.
Yeah, that like as soon as you said we know it's going to happen, I think you could see that the call was given from the referees, like guys, we're about to get started, get into the groove and stuff. And for a second, their expressions changed. Like as soon as they remember, oh my god, this is what we have at stake, immediately that focus is on, and now you can see the players themselves ready. We are as well to get into that matchup. And first up, it is going to be Varsi versus Adizima. So in this matchup, as you were saying, Adizima is a slow player. Would you expect Varsi to try and take the matchup on the front foot?
Yeah, I mean, like Varsi also, from what I've seen, likes to like keep possession. I think all four players that we're going to see today enjoy keeping possession and building very patiently. So let's see, they're all very, very good quality players. I think they're going to be very, very evenly matched. I think all three games are going to be decided by maybe one or two goals at the most. Of course, I could be completely wrong. As we see, Root Gullit making a very ambitious run into the box over there, that could leave his midfield a bit overexposed. But no harm done. Mr. Gullit getting back to his regular position in the middle of the park, and now Hyderabad FC get to build their first play.
Yeah, just as you mentioned, both of the teams looking to just dominate that ball makes those midfield interceptions very, very crucial. You could see
Yeah.
a big one by Cruyff, but not able to find his balance.
Yeah, just not able to do it. A bit cagey to begin with. Both teams pressing pretty high, and now finally we see Adizima likes to do a few turns and tricks, especially when he's on the sidelines. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for him over there. And yeah, both teams favoring Johan Cruyff in this game. It's a lovely through ball if he's onside. Yeah, he has managed to keep himself onside. It's the cutback.
Oh,
It's looked like he was maybe going to squeeze that into the near post, but just narrowly wide, and a statement of intent immediately there from Varsi. Pretty direct by his standards, just going down the wing and putting that ball in and almost paying dividends for him.
yeah, utilizing that space created by the high pressing of both of the teams very, very well. But the similar thing being done here by Hyderabad, much slower in the box though, and that's going to result in him losing the ball. Like that direct move that we saw from Varsi, clearly not the case for Hyderabad. They still sticking to their guns. The slow build up, but maybe in the box a little
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah, and I think over there it just took a little too long to make his decision, and then by that time, using the second man press, he basically double teamed him. But over here, Varsi this
Oh,
worked it brilliantly. That is a goal. That's beautifully worked. That is tiki taka football right there. Wearing a a jersey quite slightly reminiscent to Barcelona, so slightly fitting over there. And yeah, I think a very, very well worked goal. Using the spaces, making the right runs at the right time, and of course getting that finish. Ronaldo not gonna miss from there.
yeah, R9 is not going to miss those chances. Right? You immediately you get a look at the side of Bengaluru's tactics. That striker drop back, it seems to be a common recurring theme for all of these players. And like, why do you think so? What is so significant about that striker making sure he comes back and helps out?
I mean, obviously, these guys are very, very good attacking players. So the more support you have on defense, as it's just opened up there for Gullit, but yeah, not quite happening for him over there. But I mean, as many men as you have back, is it's good to have that, because especially when you have the lead and you're not that reliant on very quick, sharp counter attacking, you can afford to have an extra man on defense. So that's probably the thinking that most of them have over there. And as I said, these guys are some of the most skilled. And there you see on the one-on-one, not quite working out. And he that worked out
Oh
well
no.
enough. It should be a goal. I think no, it's brilliantly saved again. Peter Schmeichel to the rescue, and the Hyderabad FC goal a bit under siege. If he plays that through ball right, this could be in. This should be it. Marquinhos getting on the cover. That's well worked. Oh, that's beautifully done. Surely
No,
has to
what?
score. No, it's Van der Sar smothering himself. Took a little too much time there, Adizima, and this is so intense. What a great start we're seeing to this game.
Hadi Zuma getting everything he wanted, and perhaps that was the downfall because
Yeah.
maybe panicked for a second there, just overthought it, lost it. But he has another chance going in on the byline, able to get the pass through to Gullit, not finding the space for the shot though. The short pass for the clearance still not cleared out, and Gullit going to intercept his own
Ooh.
clone, and right there, but not much to not much avail. Adizima has everything till the final box.
Yeah, just that finish not quite working for him. I think, as I said, it's that little curse when you have too much time on the ball is when you most often mess up the chance, and that's a
What?
very fortunate deflection, and it's in. It's in the bounce of the ball, just not favoring Varsi over there. And Adizima, you would have to say on balance of play, probably deserves that goal. So 1-1. It's been an absolutely rip-roaring start to this game between Hyderabad FC and Bengaluru FC, and now it is 1-1, nothing to choose. And genuinely, both these players looking very, very evenly matched.
Yeah, but I have to say, those are the kind of things that at least tilts me as a player when a random deflection after some astounding defending lets your lead loose. But reactions wise, I don't see any like particular reactions from the players. It's just another thing in the game. They're getting on with it, and you can see that's why they're pros. They don't tilt. They have that strong
Yeah.
mental.
Yeah, and he has Mbappe open on the flank over here. Now 1-on-1, what's he going to do? He looks for Pele, not quite happening over there. And yeah, just now again, we're going to see Varsi trying to build up his play. Going for that 1-2. It's worked out. Ooh, just the wrong pass. I get the feeling he was maybe going for the pass in between to Ronaldo instead of the one to Mbappe there, I believe, because that would have opened up the ball down for the run that Pele was making. But in any case, it's still 1-1. That's a great ball in behind, and now, oh, well defended. It's just end to end. It's like a basketball game right now. Just no idea. There you go, a little turnover in possession again. Now it's 3-on-3 at the back. He's got rid of one. He's going to look for Gullit. Nope, not quite. And now with Mbappe 1-on-1, he should go for the cutback here. Smashes that in with Gullit. Not quite ready to take that shot on. And yeah, on the counter attack again, we see Hyderabad FC and no, sorry, Bengaluru FC. And no, just not quite working out. It's just it's breathless at the moment, right? You can't
Yeah.
take a second to take a breath. It's just all happening out there.
I think it's especially because halftime nearing close, 1-1 is the score, and both of them want that lead, the crucial lead,
Yeah.
to give them that extra bit of confidence going into halftime. And it looked like for a second Hyderabad might get it, but right now, Varsi able to
Yeah.
dominate possession, just slowing down the tempo. I think for Varsi, he's starting to understand that in this game right now, he feels at least looks a lot more comfortable in Adi Zima because he's able to replicate that midfield excellence that Adi Zima is showing, but with better finishing.
Yeah. And of course, he hasn't had as many clear-cut chances as Azizima has created, but of
Mhm.
course, the bones of the play have been there, and that's what his teammate over there, that's what Sagnik will be telling him as well. You know what? Just keep doing what you've been doing. You don't need to change anything around. And for both teams, I think it's pretty much the same. Both players have been doing a very, very good job. They've defended reasonably well. They've been pretty potent on attack. It's on a knife edge, this one. You know, there's just you cannot tell which way it's going to go.
And that's the way we like it. I
Oh,
mean,
well,
it's nice to see it intense, nice to see it real close. We get to see the best of the players in action.
yeah, and I wonder what that little look was between Adizima and DK over there because they had this little look and this expression to be like, yeah, okay, Karle, let's see. Maybe he's putting a little, he has a little ace up his sleeve which he's planning to use in the second half. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, maybe like something he might say for the last 20, 30 minutes if he doesn't score a goal, or rather, if his opponent scores a goal on him. We'll see. It's nice to see that pre match preparation. We saw it in the first match as well, paying off here as well. But right now,
Oh,
Hyderabad
he has
on
the
the
through
move.
ball there. Oh, he didn't see it. He didn't spot that ball where Ronaldo was making the run, or rather, maybe thought that the pass wouldn't make it through. But lofted through ball over there would probably have sent him in. And we do see Maldini, of course, making an appearance back again. We have seen a lot of players preferring to go with Patrick Vieira in the center of defense for obvious reasons because very good defensive stats and of course very powerful, very quick, can pass the ball and build from the back as well. A lot of players often even play Laurent Blanc in central midfield. So as we see now, Hyderabad going for the cutback. That's
Oh,
the goal. That's what he's been looking for. Adi Zima just ruthless over there. A beautiful pullback and gets the goal. And now again, it's sort of it's just so topsy turvy. We saw Varsi take the lead, Adizima getting back in it. Now Adizima has the lead, and Varsi needs to reply.
Adesima like showing these quick turns of paces, working especially with Ronaldo really, really well. He's able to continuously catch Varsi off guard. And let's see if Varsi is able to find some sort of answer to that, because the cutbacks are not exactly something new. It's something we've been
Yeah.
expecting. It's something the players themselves have been expecting. But once again, down that wing, ready for the cutback, he's going to try to do it again, isn't he?
Oh
Oh
no, he
no.
goes back post this time, and that's
Oh,
brilliant. He absolutely sold him a dummy, but I mean, you can see
I
from
mean,
Marcy's expression. Yeah, you can see from his expression. He's like, you know what? I've got Marquinhos there at the back post. There is no way
yeah.
Johan Cruyff is beating him in the air and scoring that goal. But I guess from Marcy's point of view, maybe he just didn't time that header right. Maybe thought he could get away with using an X and passing the ball away rather than clearing it for a corner. But either way, it's a 1-2 knockout pretty much from Adizima over there, and plenty of time though for Varsi to get back in this game. And let's see now how he approaches this. We did see him slightly changing the game plan in game, so he obviously has accounted for this situation. Although just if you let Mbappe run off you like that, you're not going to get very far. And Adesima now will be happy to keep possession, extend those plays.
Oh,
Oh, that's well done. The ball just sat up nicely for him over there. And is that going to be a look like it may have been a
yeah.
penalty? That's brilliant. And
That's a
that
penalty.
is a penalty.
Yeah.
Is that? I think it was just on the edge of the box. And well, if the first one wasn't, I think the second one, I think just desperation to win the ball over there from Varsi. And now it's the moment where you both hide your controllers away and just see
Right?
where is it going to go. Will he go straight down the middle? Nope, perfectly in the corner. And 4-1, if I was playing an online game right now, that pause to me would be
Yeah.
like, okay, rage quit 4-1. But no, this is a competitive game. We're going to see Varsi now trying to change things around, trying to do something different. I don't think, I think 4-1 flatters Hyderabad slightly in this game because
Yes.
they've really just come out of that half and just completely blitzed Bengaluru FC and Varsi over there. But now it's about just keeping it composed from the POV of Hyderabad FC. They just want to keep calm, don't want to make any stupid mistakes. He can take his time, build his plays, and build those goals with moves as long as he wants to. Like he can keep passing, keep passing, keep passing, because that's going to
Yeah.
get Varsi to press aggressively. He's going to try to use team press, maybe change his tactic to constant pressure, and that's going to create openings that Adizima can exploit.
Yeah, it's also the play that Adesima really enjoys doing. So, in every
Yeah.
way, it really does seem like the stage is set for him. Let's see, maybe Varsi's tactic changes. If he is to pull off an insane comeback, a goal needs to be found in the next few minutes, I would say. Like, is there a deadline? You would say, like, maybe if by this point he gets a goal, maybe there's a chance of a comeback.
Yeah, I mean, I think he has to get one back by the 70-minute mark, you would have to think. And could this be it? He's got Pele over there. Will he try the cutback tactic as well? Trying to fool Adizima, but Adizima not to be fooled over there. And of course, with close control in those tight spaces, Adizima excellent. That's
Wow.
a great ball in behind, and Pele manages to get it off Maldini, and surely he crosses it to the back post, but just I think needed a flatter cross over there rather than the just standing it up to the back post, and unfortunately for him, can't get through. And now, yeah, this they have to make this count. Just plays that just overhits that a little too much for Pele, and yeah, I think Hyderabad FC will be very happy to play on the counter attack now. You've got a 3-goal lead. You've got an opponent who's going to be attacking you, constantly losing his defensive compactness and shape as he keeps throwing more and more players forward. So yeah, all it's the prime position. Like this is the position you want to be in any game of FIFA. You want to be 2 or 3 goals up, enough of a cushion in case you make a mistake, and you almost did there. And yeah, now it's up to Varsi to just try and nick the ball off Adizima, which seems like a feat in
Ooh.
itself. And ooh, would have been a shout for a penalty there as well, but I think he won the ball fairly.
Yeah. The setup for the pass too, like I think he manually made the player go for the run and then going for the pass.
Yeah.
So Adesima clearly showing that while yeah, he's happy to play it slow, he is not gonna stop hunting for them goals. But now the ball back in the hands of Varsi. It's the 70 minute has a long past Azim, but still maybe a goal could bring
Yeah,
back some confidence.
No, just can't squeeze through. I have to say that Alizima's defense has been absolutely top notch today. Like Varsi has been throwing a lot of different curveballs at him. He's gone down the line, he's come out, he's tried to go through the middle, he's tried to go wide. Alizima has been prepared for everything and not been unduly perturbed by anything that's happened today. Apart from that first goal he conceded, and that you could say that maybe that was just a little bit of a loosener. He was still easing into the game, still bedding his focus down. But for now, it's complete control for Hyderabad FC, and I think now we're going to see Sagnik over there on the left of your screens, thinking about what he's going to do when he goes up against DK in the next game.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's also, of course, a very important point there because for each team here, as you mentioned earlier, all players are quite similar to each other in terms of play style. I don't notice a change right there. I wonder if it's the Portuguese Ronaldo off for the Portuguese legend Eusebio, or I have to assume it's that. There's no way he's taking R9 off, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's just you just don't do that in
Yeah.
this game. R9 is you can play R9 at all positions. Although we did see a very unfortunate incident with Afnan yesterday, where I think he got his customs formation completely wrong, and ended up with Mbappe in central defense for the first play and
Oof.
conceded a goal immediately. And unfortunately, literally with the first play of the game, and had to rectify that, and eventually ended up drawing that game 1-1. So without that, could have been a completely different result for him, but not a different result for Goa because they won. But there's the chance he didn't need to make that turn. Just maybe just an instinctual thing over there from Varsi. Maybe one of the remnant habits of expecting a little bit of input delay and expecting things to change differently. But when you're on land, there's negligible delay. It's just exactly things happen exactly the way you expect them to, and prevents the corner. Oh,
Oh,
that's a
okay.
bit risky, and plays himself out of a cul-de-sac. And now that ball down the line is on for him with Pele. No, ball roll didn't quite work out for him, and yeah, now it's about pride. Now it's about okay, can I make this 4-2 or at best case 4-3, and just Sagnik preparing himself for that next game. Was he trying to force the issue a little bit now? And you can see he is a little frustrated. He's a little annoyed. Particularly, I think he would be annoyed about that deflection on the
Yeah.
goal that he conceded, because that's really what swung the momentum towards Adizima in the first half. Otherwise, he would have gone in halftime 1-0 up, and that's a completely different dynamic.
Yeah, especially because like Aditya was creating so many chances, he would have definitely gotten frustrated if it was 1-0 and he went in knowing that, bro, why can't I finish? Like it's just not happening. My button is not working. Like what
Yeah.
do I do? Inside he's like, oh, okay, cool. I got a goal. Now I can just play my game.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm sure Varsi will have complaints about two of the goals for that one, of course. Oh, that's a great ball, but just under hit. Oh, wow.
Okay.
Okay. That was a bit unnecessarily cocky, you might say. Again, it's not something fancy that he had to do with the controller. It's just a L2 pass. So
Yeah.
again, things that you can try out at home on your own console or PC or wherever you play. And yeah, I also think Vasi would have been quite annoyed about the header from Cruyff because I
Yeah.
mean, when you have the best defensive cards in the game, you're not expecting to concede that header to Johan Cruyff at the back post. And there we have it. It is finally the final score 4-1 to Hyderabad FC. A very strong start by Adizima, who we have known to be the sort of lead player, the primary player of the more experienced player, shall we say, of Hyderabad FC. But DK is no mug either. He's had a decent result in his game. I believe it was actually a draw when he played against, if I'm not wrong, Naveen in Chennai and FC. So still unbeaten as far as I'm aware, DK. And let's see if Shagnik now can take this to co-op. But for this game, it is Bengaluru FC 1, Hyderabad FC 4.
Yeah, and that game that you mentioned between DK and Naveen, it was quite close as well, like 2-2. So for me, as you said, for DK, this really is an opportunity to take it to the next level. You also notice that small look between Adizima and DK, which tells us that, of course, for this match, we didn't see anything special from Adizima, but it tells us that
Yeah.
there might be something in store that maybe not in the next game, but maybe in co-op they'll pull it out, or might not even need to either way.
Yeah, and maybe it's just an element of a little bit of sandbagging from Adizima in that first half. He's like, okay, you know what, I'll take it easy for the first half, and then just gave DK that look, and he's like, okay, now we go full crazy.
Uh, if that's true, that's the statement in itself. Aditya just being the casual raid boss, I guess. But
Yeah.
right now, just some highlights of the game. You could see after that first goal, like we're gonna see a lot of chances here for the side of Adizima. None in the goal.
Yeah, and this one especially, he would have been amazed that he didn't score that one. This one getting a bit fortunate with the deflection right here because that was a nothing ball going nowhere, and then suddenly Pele has it and Varsi over there. You can see pointing at the screen saying, Why you do this to me?" And now this was a great cutback though. Nothing that really anyone in the game can do. I think we need to address the fact that there needs to be some way to counter this. Hard pulled back this thing. And this one, I think, actually, I think I'm being a bit unfair to Johan Cruyff over there. He was in a better position to head that in than Marquinhos.
Yeah, it
And
did have
yeah,
slightly more momentum, I guess. But it's that
yeah,
dummy factor, right? You mentioned this in the game as well. Right before that play, of course, we didn't see it in the highlights, but we saw it in the game. Right before that play was the cutback goal. So somewhere when like in terms of reaction to what you're clearing, you're expecting that cutback goal. And yes, logically, when you get more time on a lofted cross, you should be able to clear it better. But that's not how it actually works in the game, right, Azim? For a
yeah.
second, you're like fast, 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 and then suddenly it slows down. You're like, brain work, no what.
Yes, and I think it was very smart because he knew that the defender that Varsi would take control of would be the one at the edge of the sort of the 6 yard line, and decided to then go for the cross to Cruyff, and that sort of disoriented Varsi because he was not expecting to have to deal with that particular ball, and just played that perfectly. So very good game played by Adizima, particularly in the second half. It felt like it was one of those different players. It felt like an online match where somebody just you're playing an opponent online and then suddenly they just give the controller to their younger brother who just completely comes and rips you a new one. Just felt like that kind of second half.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's see if somewhere in this next matchup, Exagnic can find some sort of redemption for his team, or if DK can just put the nail in the coffin and make that co-op affair much more of a casual one. But then again, like if you talk about the co-op game itself, for the side of Bengaluru FC, it's not been a particularly great strength for them in
Yeah.
the last series as well. The one they lost to FC Goa, it was just that co-op game. So I hope they have something planned for that. But then again, that's going to be their second thought, I guess. For now, it's going to be all eyes on deck for this 1v1.
Yeah, and I mean they were a bit unfortunate with the co-op in that particular one. It was very very close. I think 2-1 by the end of it. Just FC Goa stealing it just at the end. So they have been all right when it comes to co-op. I think the other co-op game they played, if I'm not wrong, was against Jamshedpur. No, against Chennai FC, and they didn't manage to win that one either. So co-op something that they definitely need to work on. And for Hyderabad, they've looked all right in their co-op game. I think it was 3-all when they played against Chennai. Very very hard game with Saranj just pulling out that clutch goal in stoppage time to win the series. Otherwise, that would have ended, I think, in a draw. So yeah, all to play for now for DK and Sagnik. As a neutral, I'm hoping that Sagnik can at least get a
Yeah.
draw out of this one and just give us not just a dead rubber as that third game, something that we're all invested in. You can see all of them enjoying having a laugh. Still, we can see DK enjoying, I think, a bit of a protein shake, getting his bit of a muscular guy over there. I think definitely one of the few guys as part of the eISL who is making complete use of the gym in their hotel. Look at him chugging all the way. He's just full energy before he gets in. And let's see, the headphones are gonna go on soon. And yeah, DK looks like he's in the mood, he's in the zone. And let's see what happens now.
Yeah, the players just having a quick chat with each other before we get ourselves into the game. I think for both of these players, of course, a lot on the line, but we have to remember this is a 4-month long journey. So more than anything, this is just a small pebble on the way to the finals itself. But of course, every single result counts. Every single point helps you get to that final stage. So for these players, they need to get themselves running as soon as they can. And just like that, I think we should be ready to start real soon. I will ask you, Azim. So for right now, for the side of both of these teams, as we talked about at the start of the show, they only really dropped the ball against those championship leaders. But in the first game, it sort of looked like Varsi just got overcome by frustration. So how much of an impact do you think that momentum shift really plays? Like especially at halftime, we saw it in the first set of the day too.
Yeah, and obviously halftime it just allows you to reset, and particularly scoring that goal and getting that equalizer for Azima was key to the result that he managed to get. Sagnik, of course, is out of the two Bengaluru FC boys the more senior player, so to speak. He's taken part in a lot more, competitive tournaments. DK again, in comparison to Adizima, also one of the newer players to the scene. But he's all these guys are pretty much the best of the best. DK is looking very composed. He's been enjoying himself over the last couple of weeks. Got to see him in a couple of his practice games as well, and he's like a very capable, powerful player. Enjoys messing around with the opponent. Enjoys those skill moves inside the box. Very direct, very powerful runner. So yeah, expecting to see a kickoff anytime soon. We're seeing the little high fives and the pats on the shoulders happening, and think we're expecting kickoff as soon as the game loads now.
Yeah, you can see their teammates as well, just giving them those final words of motivation. The pep talks are in, and the players are ready. We're ready to get it going with our second 1v1 of this match between Bengaluru FC and Hyderabad FC. It's Exagnik versus DK, and instantly DK starting off with the ball. As we expect, trying to maintain that possession. The build-up play is what we expect from both of these players. But immediately, a pause cued by the side of Exagnik. I wonder if that custom formation debacle that you mentioned with another player earlier has happened with him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at the back. It does look like he has Theo Hernandez, Maldini, Marquinhos, more or less everyone. No, I think it's just a controller settings. Maybe a camera setting that he's taking exception to. Of course, every player has completely different settings when it comes to FIFA, especially when you're playing. Having couch console parties at home is just a nightmare. With every game, everybody changes your settings, and by the end of it, you're left with a controller that's lost its entire memory. Just trying to remember who is classic, who is alternate, who is what camera angle, who has depth perception issues. These are all real problems that I've had in my FIFA nights. So we see DK wasting no time, getting straight on the attack, but giving the ball away over there. And Sagnik now has everything sorted out, and let's see if he can take full advantage. That's a great ball down the line. And will he go for a cross? The crosses have been very successful of late. Nope. Goes for the cut. Ooh! Pandasar just standing and watching that fly by, and confident start there from Sagnik, just wasting no time, going pretty direct. And let's see. He will have watched DK and his game as well, and learned a little bit about how DK approaches the game. Although we're seeing that ball being used, that ball down this near side, and DK with a little bit of manual switching over there, going for a overly ambitious pass, you would have to say. And a lot of that, I think, a lot of the experience, that comes with experience, knowing which ball is potentially going to get cut out by the AI rather than your own abilities. And of course, it will come to DK with time as well. But for now, Sagnik moving around nicely, had the opportunity to play, and Mbappe decides not to. Going left, going right. This is just that battle. You go left, I go right, and suddenly I have a shot. But works out well. Oh, that's a lovely little elastico over there from Mbappe. And now had the opportunity, but deciding to take it a bit slower over there. I think the smarter thing to do, and waiting for the right opportunity to present itself before. Went for the offside trap, did not work there, and that has got Ronaldo in, and it's very well saved. He broke that offside trap beautifully over there, the DK, and now Sagnik on the counter attack can't make anything happen, and that was just almost. It reminded me of this one moment from, I believe, the 2018 World Cup, where Japan, the Japanese team, routinely did this, particularly from free kicks, where the entire defensive line would just jump right ahead and catch the opposition sleeping. But over here, it actually led to a very good shooting opportunity, which was unfortunately DK really couldn't put away.
Yeah, that was intensely close, but so is the matchup right now. You can see the clear distinction of styles between players.
Yeah. Oh, he had the opportunity. He still has the opportunity to keep going. That's a beautiful elastico, but not quite working. And yeah, you can, as you mentioned, there is a very distinct types of styles being used over there. Sagnik preferring to build patiently. Actually, both teams building fairly patiently, but the approach play once they reach the box is a little bit different, as we're seeing a little manual switching on attack, a little turn. Pele is such a pleasure to use in this game, and working the
Oh,
opening. Yes, he's worked the opening. He should be scoring into the roof of the net. That is gorgeous play from Sagnik. Don't apologize for that. That's a great goal. 1-0 to Bengaluru FC.
yeah, it's ruthless from Exagni. As you mentioned, like once they get closer to the box, he has his eyes on goal. Whereas for the side of DK, it's much more tactical, much more slower. I think Exagnik utilizing his style to perfection, really continuously manipulating the space that is come available because of that slow style that DK plays. But right now, a 1-0 lead, Bengaluru getting exactly what they wanted. They are 1-0 down in the match itself, but for now in this game, they are getting a glimpse of hope. So DK back, of course, with the ball is going to play much slower, and this is where you expect, right, the pressure to start piling on. You start getting worried, like if the ball gets intercepted, oh no, like especially with the ruthless nature that Sagnik is playing.
Yeah, Sagnik has played a very smart game so far. He has, of course, the offside track is a bit of a risky tactic to play. When it comes off, it looks spectacular, but when it doesn't, you can just concede a very easy chance. And here, just not quite the bounce of the ball, not favoring DK in that instance. And now Sagnik, very well done over there, pretty much taking two players out of the game. And yeah, now he's going to take his time and build, or will he look for the run through of Pele? Not quite. He's taking his time, looking around, shifting the defense left and right. You don't know which way he's going to go with Sagnik attacking. There you go. Just has the ball into Ronaldo if he decides to. Not quite. Still being patient. This is excellent
Oh
play.
my
That's
God.
beautifully worked. Oh, it's off the post.
Oh.
That is so desperately unlucky. It deserved a goal because the play was so good. He still has the ball. That ball is like a magnet. It is not leaving the possession of Bengaluru FC and Sagnik, and he's really going to want to make this count because the dominance is clear to see, but unfortunately gives the ball away there.
That Pele move was absolutely exquisite, but it did not result in anything, and it does not matter how good your plays are if it does not end up in a goal. Because that
Very,
play
very
right there.
close. Yeah, he could have held on to that ball
Yeah.
and taken it forward just a little bit and gone for a cutback, but decided a little over eager in that instance. And again, just running that ball straight out over there, and maybe because he wanted to make a change. I think that may have been a deliberate thing, or is it DK who's deciding to make a change? I guess we'll find out soon enough. Maybe a tactical change, maybe something that they've spotted, because quite rare to see tactical change or switch being made so close to halftime. So could just be a camera or control related thing. And DK giving the ball straight back. That was a bit of a strange one. And yeah, DK again trying over there. I think a bit too focused on the player that he wanted to switch to, and lost track of the player who actually had the ball. But no harm done. And of course, it is still just 1-0. So Hyderabad FC plenty of time for DK to mount a comeback. And yeah, but Sagnik has been all over him, wins the ball, and that's what Varsi would have wished for in his game, to go in leading this game. And Bengaluru FC, of course, have the lead right now. A great goal scored by Sagnik, and he's going to want to double down on that and increase that lead as soon as he possibly can.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for DK, it just becomes a matter of how exactly do you change things, because he is getting to play his game, right? He's getting to play that build-up style. It's just Sagnik effectively countering him when he gets the ball at his feet. And for that, I'd like to see maybe much more of a heavy-set setup towards the back of the midfield. Maybe you can try to reduce the space to Pele, because it feels like once Sagnik gets the ball to like Pele, Ronaldo, anyone who can match the dribbling skills that he has, it can't really get the ball off of them unless he gives it away.
Yeah, I mean, he could potentially look at doing like a 4-3-1-2, where he has that one dedicated sitter who just does not come forward at all. Let's see what he tries to do. And again, it's sort of reverting to form over here. We're seeing Sagnik with plenty of the ball at the edge of his box, waiting for that one mistake. He's tempting DK to come at him. He's like, come on, get the ball. You can get it. He just wants him to commit and either make a foul or create a space. And that looks like, there you see, two-man press, getting the defense slightly out of shape. And now he has the cutback. Surely he scores this time. No, he doesn't. And Sagnik cannot believe that he's not scored over there and wasting no time in the corner. Will he go for a cross? That's been very successful for SC East Bengal today, but not quite his style. He likes to just keep playing that ball outside the box, side to side, then get one-on-one, again go side to side, work that goal-scoring opening, and it's just so good on the ball, so difficult to dispossess him. Unless he decides to do something that leads to possession loss. Just so good to watch.
Yeah, like the only thing Sagnik likes to cross are the legs of the defender he's facing. So
Yes,
after he's
that's right.
outskilled him. But yeah, you can see, like, for DK, the pressure really piling on. You can even see it in perhaps the expression, like the desperation.
Although
Try and
that's
get a
worked out.
goal.
Oh, just intercepted there by Marquinhos in the nick of time, because it looked for all the world that R9 was in over there. But DK, now it's time for him to be a little patient on the ball as well, work things out. Don't try to force the issue. He does tend to get a little impatient and be like, okay, you know what, this pass it just has to go through. It'll just pass through solid limbs and reach its target. But that's not how the game works. That's a brilliant chip. Surely he has to score. Yes! It's wonderful goal there from DK. A lovely little bit of innovation over there. Just finding that chip. Sagnik not expecting that at all. And I don't think any of us were expecting that. Very different goal to, sort of the template goals that we tend to see a lot of in this game. But that was very innovative, very cutely done. And again, didn't you expected the shot right there?
Exactly.
But no, he decided to take that little touch, create the space and smash it into the top corner.
Yeah, I love this about DK. Like, I can see the urgency in his face, I can see the urgency in his gameplay, but in that minute moment, the composure required to not just make that lofted through ball chip of sorts, but also to take a step before taking the shot, knowing that there is a high likelihood the keeper is just going to body it if he shoots it straight. Very well done by him. Make it 1-1 and give us a match to witness, really. 66 minutes in, we're all even Stevens, and for Hyderabad, an opportunity to take the lead and the match lead.
Oh, it's not. It's there, but it's still. Oh, DK, hand to his face. He cannot believe that it's not scored. And now he's having a bit of a laugh about it. And that's what I like about these guys. Even if things aren't going their way, they'll have a smile. They'll have a laugh about it. I think there's a good chemistry between these two guys as well. They keep talking to each other, keep advising each other on what to do. And you have to say DK has come out in this half and he's really bossed it. Sagnik as well, though, has had some pretty good possession but not been able to create that chance yet. And you have to think that he is going to create at least one good clear-cut opportunity before that final whistle goes. And as things stand for Bengaluru FC, not the end of the world, because even if it ends as it is, they still have the opportunity to draw this match overall by getting a draw in Game 3. But Sagnik will want to win this, of course, and give his team a chance to get all 3 points. And he just might over here. Again, one-on-one, that's worked well. Will he go for the shot? He does. That incredible block somehow. Marquinhos getting in the way over there, and will he win the corner? Yes, it is a corner, and DK, just riding his luck just a little bit over there. Maldini, not the guy you want when close control is needed. It's now Vieira. Oh no, sorry, that was Ronaldo, I believe, in that situation. And just running, Maldini getting back to position by running with the ball to centre back and then restarting the play, but giving it straight back. So. That was a bit of a risk, but could be a reward at the end of it. He needs to make that cross. I think he had Zidane, which could have. Zidane would have been a pretty decent player to cross with over there, because he did just about have the run on the shoulder of the defender with R9. But for Sagnik now, I don't think he was expecting that ball to go that short, and he needs to now get back to his regular game. Although it's opened up fairly nicely over here for him. And yeah, he's got R9 in over there. Surely, oh no. Again, I think little second guessing himself there.
Yeah, exactly right. Just that extra step that Sagnik is taking, DK capitalizing on it perfectly. Even for DK, I will say the change in game plan has worked. But hold on,
Oh,
Sagnik
that's
trying his
oh,
best to
that's
get in. What?
beautiful! Oh,
Oh, that was
yes!
exquisite.
Oh, yes, that little Rabona fake over there just completely bamboozled DK. That is excellent stuff from Sagnik. Just, it's so good. I hope we get to see a replay of that. It was just incredibly worked. So good. The level of skill required to be so quick with your fingers, trigger that run, do the tricks, and then have the presence of mind to pick the pass out to the player who's made the run. That's an excellent goal.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do as the defender against that. I mean, other than somehow just be clairvoyant and know that it is coming. Uh, so, right, Sagnik just taking the game away from DK's hands. A game that honestly looked like DK had got back in his control after that goal. But unfortunately, just like that, Sagnik showing exactly why he is the senior player in this two-man squad, right? He's able to find these moments of absolute, utter brilliance.
Yeah. And I think he's just now he needs to survive the onslaught that DK will inevitably be sending him, and a one goal lead is just so precarious at all moments. So, but DK, I mean, before this goal, he was absolutely bossing it. He can't believe that he didn't score from a couple of chances that he created just before. And now, as we head into the last 10 minutes of the game, it's absolutely all to play for. It's so evenly matched. DK managed to get a draw out of his first game against Naveen, and Savnik there manages no, just about defended by DK, who's hunched so far over we can barely see him in the camera frame now. He has the overload on the left, tries to go there, but that pass was just not on. And Sagnik smart there to hold back and not try to press that ball. And yeah, this looks like a good opening. Will he go for a cross now? This is a good crossing position. Nope, he wants to, wants to work that, wants to try to get a cutback, wants to get, I think, to a higher dribble and a skill-rated player, which he has found now. Oh, that's beautifully worked. He goes for the chip again, and oh, is that? Oh, I have no idea how that pinball happened over there, and he wasn't even offside, so that was actually a chance and well saved there by Van der Sar. DK is taking this right to the wire. Will he manage to get that goal? There's barely a minute of in-game time left, and Sagnik surely has to just take this run for the hill. Sagnik, there you go. I think Sagnik has got the result, and as a neutral, it's the result that we wanted. It does look like we are going to a decider in our co-op game, and I think it's going to be an absolute classic.
Especially given how close this game was. DK trying his absolute best, but not able to secure that final goal. It was so damn close. I think that was a case of like basically pressing the B button as fast as you can, pressing the shoot button as fast as you can, because at that point you're just trying to just get that volley shot through the first instance, and you're rarely expecting the ball to come back to you after that volley shot. But he got two opportunities, not able to take full advantage of either. But having said that, I will say for Hyderabad FC, while this is of course a loss, it is not the end of the road. As you said, the co-op game is left, and the co-op game is something they've looked particularly strong in. Even against one of the strongest teams we've had in Chennai NFC, they drew it 3-3.
Yeah, and in fact, they were leading 3-2 until pretty much the last minute where they conceded from a very cheeky cutback from Saranch. But yeah, as this game wraps up, it is 2-1 to Bengaluru FC, Sagnik getting the win against DK. And everything to play for now. We have seen the Bengaluru FC boys not having the best of form as a co-op unit. We do know that DK and Adizima play pretty well together. So let's see what these guys do in co-op. Again, it's such a huge switch, and I think Varsi, out of all people, will be breathing a huge sigh of relief after that humbling defeat at the hands of Adizima 4-1. The scoreline doesn't matter anymore. Now it's just a clean slate, and winner takes all in our next game.
Yeah, both Varsi and DK will be looking for redemption. But coming back to the highlights of this particular game, like immediately in the first half, you could see DK starting on the front foot, Varsi mainly playing on the counter attack. But it was not exactly the fast-paced counter attack you would expect. It was more like I'm gonna wait, I'm gonna get the ball, and then once I get to the final third, that's when I'm going to just put a ton of pressure on you, like refusing to get the ball away from his legs in itself. And It took a while, but he did finally get that goal. But that second half switch from DK, I think it was like partially advice from Adesima too. You could see this perfect goal coming in, but the defensive switch really that I loved was the fact that he wasn't committing to the tackle. Like you can see even here, happy to stay back, letting Sagnik come to him, and without that moment of brilliance, I think it would have ended at 1-1.
Yeah, it was actually a moment of true genius, and they almost stole it over here. Like somehow,
Oh.
keeper getting in the way in the 87th minute. They'll be all hearts would have been racing over there, and now it's just time for them to just to calm down, get that heart rate down a little bit, talk tactics a little bit, get mentally prepared. That little brain switch that needs to happen to go from 1v1 to co-op. And yeah, it is the decider now. And again, these two teams, it's a very important game. You could say it's sort of like a 6-pointer between them, because these are two teams that we expect to be near the top of the table by the end of the season.
Yeah, definitely, and I have to say, I really like the fact that DK is always all smiles. The guy just lost the game to like a moment of just sheer genius, as you said, right? After a game like that, I think I would be devastated. I'd be like, what could I have done? Like, what could I have done different? But no, it's all smiles on board, and I think particularly because of the fact that they know they are well connected with each other, that telepathic connection you mentioned too, definitely very much present for these Hyderabad players, but maybe not as much for the Bengaluru players, and they know this. So I want to see what kind of pre-match preparation Varsi has put into this particularly, because for him this will be a game of redemption. Like Bindatesh found that goal, maybe we can see Varsi starting things off in the score.
Yeah, I mean, of course, it is sometimes you have to have a little bit of team orders, in the sense we did see with I believe with Lokmanya and Akshat, and also when we saw the games with V Sharma and Afnan, where the senior member of the team sort of decided that, you know what, I'm going to be the playmaker, so to speak. I'm going to be the guy who's putting that final ball in, and all you need to do is just press that circle or square button, whatever you prefer, and just tap it into the net. So let's see if the Bengaluru FC boys also try to go that route, with Sagnik sort of being the main man, because we've seen what he's capable of when he gets into those tight situations and needs to create something out of nothing. And a little bit of coaching happening over there. You can see Sagnik telling him that this is how I want the game to be played. He picks up his controller, and yeah, I wish we could hear what was being said tactically over there. But I'm sure the brief will be, you know what, let me do a bit of the heavy lifting, communicate well, keep talking, because that's so important. It can be so easy to just get lost in your own brain and what you're doing with your own controller in co-op. But communication and talking and constantly telling your teammate what you're doing, and sometimes even making a run and saying don't pass, I'm just making a dummy run. These things are important when it comes to co-op, and we see a thumbs up, and I think we should be ready to kick off very soon.
The players just wishing each other good luck. I saw Adi Seema poking some fun as well. And you can see the smiles on all the players, the banter very much present. But it's time to get the game faces on, because I think we are just about ready to get into this co-op game. Immediately, I think, as you were saying, those instructions for the side of Varsi, I'm excited to see how it works out. You see that offside trap already set up for Bengaluru FC. So more or less, I assume just continuing on with Sagnik's tactics, considering it got them the win.
Yeah. And the offside trap, I think, is useful against particularly teams that like to play a long ball in behind very early. And I think that's a smart move to make that offside trap very early when you start the game, just in case the opposition decides to surprise you by going long immediately. And as we see a chance opening up straight away, and Sagnik over there toying a little bit, he's just going left, going right, standing still, trying to do whatever he can to just get his opponent to commit one way, and doesn't quite happen. And finally Hyderabad FC can build, well, not quite, because that's a very aggressive high press over there. Again, you can see Sagnik in the red cursor being very, very aggressive with his right stick dribbling, and wins a goal kick. I think it is a goal kick, yeah.
Yeah, and right there, I noticed Adi Sema trying to basically kind of show, like maybe set a blueprint for how he does want to defend against this team. The basic idea that we even saw in DK's second half, right, to not commit to Sagan, give him the respect. Like you know that if you try to challenge him, he is most like 9 out of 10 times going to beat you. So rather trying to stay back, use the physicality of the defenders to try and body the players out of the way, not give them their ideal shot. And it's a risky approach, I will say, but I feel like it is the smarter approach against a player like Exagni.
Yeah, exactly, and I have experienced that as well. In a lot of tournaments that I've played, I've come up against an opponent who's obviously way more skilled than me, and over there in that situation, it's about skills versus smarts. It's about how compact you can be. It's about how organized you can remain, and how you let him do all his fancy stuff in a place that's not threatening to your goal. That's
Yeah.
totally fine, and we're seeing a more direct approach over there. Sagnik now has the ball, and he has the opportunity to find Pele. He does. This is a great opportunity. He has to score. Surely
Wow.
he does. That's brilliantly worked between them, going very direct this time. Just that ball down the left flank, and good interplay between the two Bengaluru FC boys. And now
Exactly.
they take the net lead in this tie. So it's now up to Hyderabad FC, and clearly a lot of work has been going on between Varsi and Sagnik on that co-op game, because it's something they've struggled with in their first two matches. So definitely some improvements being seen today.
Yeah, but that goal itself, literally interplay, pass between both of the players and set up very well for Sagnik to get it done. This time, once again, a
Yeah.
good interception, but
Ooh,
the
couple
ball
of
given away to
giveaways.
Pele.
Yeah, two giveaways, both one apiece from each team over there, and now it's about. Unfortunately, with the white cursors, we can't tell who exactly is who, but they're going to be trying to like just do the same thing that Bengaluru FC have been doing. Really, just get in those positions, and over here, it's a little more advantageous to have a co-op partner when you're trying to break down that defense from outside the box, because it's not just the AI that after a while you can start predicting what the AI is going
Yeah.
to do. But when it's a separate human who's controlling the runs inside the box, it's a bit difficult, as we see Colette with the header. Not quite. And now on the counter attack, will he go for the long ball? Nope, blocked off well. Was a bit ambitious to think he could get that ball away with such little space. And yeah, Bengaluru FC really, really dominant for these opening 20 minutes. They're setting the pace, they're setting the tone for this game. And let's see now if Hyderabad can respond.
Yeah, Bangalore FC still
And
controlling
yeah,
it.
this
Goes
could be
Sagnik.
another one.
Oh, trying for the cutback, not able to get it through though. And now a chance for a counter attack. Switches the play to the left wing and now has Cruyff with the ball, but slowing it down perhaps for a second too much, because now all of the defense is back and yeah, you can't really get the space.
Yeah, and I think over there, I think that was where you need your teammate to be switched on and be like, okay, I need to immediately switch to a forward player and get myself in a position that my teammate can play a progressive pass to, because at that time, whoever it was, whether it was DK or Adizima, who was sort of hanging back, maybe they didn't want to overcommit on the play. Maybe they just were like, okay, you know what, let's just stop over here, reset, and build, because maybe that's what their strength is. Maybe that's what they believe is their strongest route to goal, by just sitting in these positions, moving around, moving the opposition around. Because you can see they're defending in packs, in pairs. The two Bengaluru FC boys, they're always within like a couple of meters of each other whenever they're defending. You see all throughout. There's always, the moment there's one boy on the ball, you see another pop up immediately next to him. And yeah, this is superb defending. They're cutting those passing lanes so well. And Hyderabad are now, they're going to need some innovation, like DK showed in that last game, a little chip, a little flare move that they're not expecting. And he has the opportunity. Yes, he does spot that pass on the left. And now, no support really coming to him on that near flank. So again, Bengaluru FC reverting to type yet again, and trying to build from outside the box, not quite working in Hyderabad on the counter attack. We're seeing this game fall into a little bit of a pattern right now,
Yeah.
with both teams sort of having a set way. Although if he finds that ball to Ronaldo, could be on,
No.
not quite.
I wish he'd literally just tapped it through and used Ronaldo's space to take a shot rather than that's, I think, the fourth time in the box he's gone for a fake with Ronaldo once he's got the pass. Somewhere in that, Bengaluru is like reacting perfectly to it. They're just expecting it, and as you said, not just the style of play, but the minute mechanical moves these players are making, at least from the side of Hyderabad, are becoming a bit of a pattern, and Bengaluru taking full advantage of that because they don't need to actually do anything of their own. They have the lead, but
Yeah,
Pele,
wait, hang on. Oh,
that's a
Pele
penalty.
walking through. It's a penalty. It's a penalty. Probably just about earned that over there. There's no red card, thankfully. And yeah, now it's the battle of wits. We don't know. I think it is Varsi who's defending this one. Will he go for the right direction? Nope. Pele puts it in the same place, and it is 1-1, and we are deadlocked yet again.
If he had gone for the right direction, then he would have got it. He went for the left direction, unfortunately. So yeah, Azim, you got the prediction.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would have thought that since the last penalty went to the left, this one might go to the right. That was what I was thinking about. Also, we didn't know who was the player who was taking it. Was it
Yeah.
Adizima who's already taken a penalty, or was it, of course, DK? I guess we'll never know. Some of the mysteries of the universe revealed in a documentary 17 years later. But for now, completely even. Probably, I think Bengaluru will feel a little hard done by because they've been the more dominant team, but domination doesn't get you points at this level. It's about goals, and will they get a goal here? They've worked this brilliantly. Yes, that is beautifully worked again, and that's the right, that's the right second guessing to do, because he knew over there with Cruyff to take that shot first time was not going to be the right thing, went for the short fake, committed the defender, and then it was a simple matter. Again, there we see, just doing that fake, committing the defender, and then smashing it in the top corner. And 2-1, I think, just as we're approaching halftime, is probably just about a fair reflection of the game we've seen so far.
Yeah, and I can't believe it's just half time. It feels like an entire game has gone by with the intensity of the game. We are saying, okay, hold on, Varsi though.
Oh wait, is he onside? Oh, just offside over there, because that could have killed the game off before halftime. And yeah, now they're just going to kick that ball out. It is halftime, and still pretty much on a knife edge. You don't know which way this is going to go. Is Adizima going to be Mr. Second Half again and come up and just show up and blitz in 4 goals? Or can Bengaluru FC hang on to this lead that they have, because their attacking play has been stellar so far, and defensively as well. Apart from the one sort of rush of blood to the head and making that desperate tackle, their defensive play has been absolutely phenomenal. They're pressing together. They're always making sure to press together with both players not leaving a gap in between. They're cutting out those passing lanes. One player basically cutting out the line. One player cutting out the pass that is across the field. So they've clearly been working on this. It's not something we've seen them do before, and yeah, they're doing a great job of it.
Yeah, and especially it feels like on the defense, as you said, they are on the same note, but on the attack as well, it feels like they've identified their win condition, which is try and get the ball to Sagnik around that final third, and then either he can set it up, or he's just, once he gets the ball in the box itself, he is going to likely just try to find a goal for himself because of how stellar his skill play is. And I think that's where Hyderabad need that win condition really in this matchup. And I think, as you mentioned, Adizima's blitz in the second half in his individual matchup is what maybe I can identify as one. We need someone from Hyderabad to really take the reins of this horse and be like, I'm going to get the win for my team.
Yeah, and ooh, that was, if he'd gone for a lofted shot, he had a very clean run on goal over there. But for now, it's even Steven. The way, I mean, it's pretty much we're seeing the game settle back into a similar pattern of play. There will be a little less urgency from Bengaluru FC at this point, for sure, because in their heads, unless there is an absolutely clear chance, I would expect them to just keep trying to recycle possession and frustrate Hyderabad as much as they can, and pressing the ball, winning it high up the field. There, yes, that's the great ball. It was a perfect run made over there by Sagnik. And now in the box, will he go solo? He's found Cruyff. Oh yes! Oh, that is so unlucky. Going near post instead of far post. And hang on, that's been played straight to Gullit. And Mbappe now, we can see Sagnik just so good with that close control. Little unlucky to overrun that. And they caught them sleeping over there. That was like reminiscent of Liverpool against, I think, Barcelona, was it?
Yeah.
Where they got the corner taken quickly by Trent Alexander-Arnold. And that
Very G.
opened up like the Red Sea over there for Root Bullet, but just couldn't do anything with it.
Yeah, it definitely like got my goosebumps up for a second. I was like, hold on, what? That was new for sure. We see the ground pass a lot to the edge of the box, but rarely into the box itself. So definitely something new for Bengaluru to come out of. Not a goal, but that's okay. Just the fear factor in the heads of Hyderabad is more than enough for them because, of course, once again, Bengaluru does have the lead. We saw something similar in the first half, and Cruyff.
Oh,
I
that's
assume that's
brilliantly
all
worked.
easy.
If he gets a goal from this, oh, just a little overplayed over there. Couldn't quite match up to the Cruyff skills that led to the creation of that chance. And again, we're going to see a bit of a high press being used by Hyderabad, winning the ball back. There you go. And pause queued again by Bengaluru FC. Something they're clearly not happy about tactically. Maybe they want to do something to adapt to that press. Maybe they just want to get a little bit more defensive midfield insurance into this game. And now again a bit of a clothesline over there. But no harm done. And again, I think a little lack of composure on the ball in that instance. Maybe you just if a clear opportunity to pass across is not there, I think it's just you just need to turn back. And I think that's what Sagnik is saying as well. You know, you don't see the pass, you don't see a clear opportunity, just keep the ball, pass it back, and we'll recycle and we'll approach from a different angle because they don't need to force the issue now.
Yeah, exactly. And I hope that even while they're trying to do exactly that, they don't lose sight of the fact that for both of the teams, this is the decided match. Both
Yeah.
teams right now 1-1, and even though it does not feel as intense given how jovial the players have been between their breaks, you know for a fact they are going to be feeling their pressure. They want that win on the board, and to get that, they're going to have to get this match itself. Right now, Bengaluru in control, Hyderabad trying to pull it back, and as once again, their midfield, their playmaking has been on par. It's just the finishing that they've really lost touch of. The only goal they scored, a penalty.
Hang on, they could be in over here. No, it doesn't quite work. And we see that Bengaluru FC have made a change. I think he's got rid of Cruyff and brought on Cristiano Ronaldo. So maybe wanting. Oh, that's brilliantly worked! And what a save! That ball came out of nowhere, although I think he was offside, yeah. But did look slightly questionably offside over there. But yeah, they're showing that they have that danger. That's a very good ball played in behind by Sagnik, and now Varsi just that's what he needs to do. If you don't have the clear opportunity, decided to go for the cross, and maybe that's part of the reasoning why they've got Cristiano Ronaldo on. Maybe they want a little bit of an aerial presence. They want to be able to cross that ball, give them an additional avenue of attack. And yeah, he's got Pele open over there. This time Sagnik going for the shot fake, not quite working for him. I think that was Varsi who was going for the shot fake. We needed a little bit more, something a little more complex over there. Maybe going left, going right, a single direction change was not going to be enough in that instance. And now another pause queued by Bengaluru FC. Clearly, they just and here we see the fullbacks overcommitted. And are we going to see Cristiano Ronaldo come into play over here? It is Ronaldo Nazario, and oh, that's brilliant from Pele. Surely the goal, and this time it is Varsi who shows us those wriggling feet. Both of them seem to have the same celebration. But you can see over there Sagnik patting his teammate on the back. He's got the job done. And yeah, now I think they can just take a little bit of a breather, get a little bit of, you can see a little fist bump while he's taking a sip of his drink. Because I think at this moment, Varsi realizes that he may just have killed off Hyderabad FC in this tie, and it has been a fantastic watch from game one till now. Still, Hyderabad FC are in this game. Two quick goals could change things around drastically. You know they're going to be on all-out attack right now, so it's going to be a nail-biting last 12 or 15 minutes of in-game time that we have.
I mean, the fact remains that right now, for the side of Bengaluru, everything they needed from this game has gone perfectly. They needed a strong start to maintain that confidence for both Varsi and Sagnik, but also to maintain that pressure on Hyderabad, where they're feeling like, hey, we won the first game of the match, but since then it's been downhill all the way through, and that's exactly what's happened. Varsi, as you mentioned, himself getting a moment of redemption with the beautiful.
Yeah, but have a look at this very quick interplay. Just played that ball too early. Oh, that's you see, I think Kafu going flying in there, and that is offside. But for Hyderabad, I mean, it's not a lost cause just yet. I mean, there's enough time for them to put together 2 goals. Well, not if they do that. Just giving the ball away, and surely he just has to chip that in, and Mbappe will go for the chip. And that is the game. That's a poor mistake and a bit of a damn squib in the end for them, because they could have fought back from 3-1 to make it 3-2 the next play. Could have worked out well for them. But unfortunately, it is unfortunately for Hyderabad. That is, it is of course Mbappe who gets the goal, and I think this result is more or less in the bag.
Yeah, this win surely more or less in the bag for Bengaluru FC, and they are surely feeling jubilant. For the same can't be said for the Hyderabad FC
And it
players.
could be 5 here. It could be 5.
Yeah.
They are all over the place defensively. He's just going to run through. Well, oh, he's been given it back with Ginola. Now Eusebio trying to overcomplicate it, slightly going bridge after bridge. Think a little bit of showboating maybe over there. And now it is Hyderabad FC. He will try to get the ball into Eusebio there. I may just be offside, but not quite. And yeah, you can see now there's pretty much no defense happening for Hyderabad FC. It's all out attack, and you can see it's just massively overexposed every time Bengaluru FC get the ball, and giving them the ball back in the box. Obviously, not helping their cause, as we see Cristiano Ronaldo showing off his flicks and tricks. You should see the pass back to him. Not in the manner that it happened, and Hyderabad was hoping to get one back as a consolation, but Bengaluru FC having none of that. It is going to be, I think it's going to be another goal here. Oh yes, oh that's beautiful. That is incredible. That's Sagnik at his very best, using David Ginola, the man with the 5-star left foot and right foot. And it is now a bit of a spanking. Um, Obviously not a true reflection of how this game panned out. It was so close until they decided to just give that ball away at 3-1, and after that there was really no coming back. And as the clock ticks down, it is Bengaluru FC 5, Hyderabad FC 1 in this game, and Bengaluru FC pick up those vital 3 points.
Yeah, vital, especially because given the nature of their last 2 matches, especially the one against Chennai FC, where it was so close for them, this is going to give them that breath of fresh air. You rightfully noted as well, they worked very well on their co-op game. The only part of their game that we potentially identified as a weakness, they seem to have showed up. So Bengaluru FC turning the tides and heading in the right direction with this match win, and you can see like both of the players really starting to get that bond in with each other, especially for Sagnik. And I think this is especially important given the fact that he's a senior player, being able to help Varsi understand his style of play and get him on the same page. That's huge.
Yeah, and it's a thumping victory in the end. 5-1 it ends for Bengaluru FC in the co-op game. Unfortunately for Hyderabad FC, couldn't make a reasonably promising first half. Couldn't make it count for them. And of course, when they went chasing the game after it was 2-1 and 3-1, it was sort of a foregone conclusion that they would concede a couple of goals on the way there. But yeah, 3 points for Bengaluru FC. I think overall well deserved. Let's take a look at the final scorecard. As we can see, a couple of very high scoring games. I mean, I predicted there would just be 1 or 2 goals in between all the games. How wrong I was. 1-4 between Varsi and Adizima. 2-1. That was a very tight game, well held by Sagnik. And of course, 5-1, the co-op game, the decider, which gets Bengaluru FC all 3 points on the day.
Yeah, exactly. That 5-1 game really also setting a statement from where we expected Hyderabad to be strong in that co-op and Bengaluru to be weak. A 5-1 victory really just flips our expectations completely around for their next set of games. Hyderabad, unfortunately, not able to get their first win on board, whereas Bengaluru, on the other hand, marching on forward with their second.
Yeah, and showing that they are worthy competitors, and I think we are going to find out just about right now who the hero of the match is. So let's see who it does go to. I'm not going to be surprised if it is. Yes, it is ex Sagnik. Got only 2 goals to show, I think, but a lot of the build-up play and a lot of the planning and the strategic planning that went into that that win in the co-op game was masterminded by Sagnik, and of course, getting his teammate to get composed after a pretty thumping defeat. Definitely, I think deserves that title of hero of the match.
Yeah, and you could see that evolution for Varsi in the game itself, right? Where in the co-op game he started like it looked very hesitant from his side. He was continuously trying to get the ball to Sognik so he could set up the plays. Like even in this first goal, you could
And let's
notice that.
just
But
admire. Let's just admire that Pele bit of skill is going to be coming
oh
up
yes.
right here. Oh, have a look at that! That Rabona fake, beautifully done. I think that's my goal of the day across both matches. It was superb.
Absolutely, right? We were shocked for a second in the cast itself. We're like, okay, hold on, right there, Sagnik.
It's like, how can he do all these things? How? Who is Alien? How he has come like this? It was just incredible to watch. So, very, very well done by Sagnik over there. And congrats to Bengaluru FC on a very, very hard-fought win at the end. Didn't look like it if you just look at the scorecard, but it was a lot of work for them.
Yeah, absolutely. It definitely was a lot of work. So you have to commend both of the teams for a solid effort put in. But as you said, Bengaluru FC, they take the win and the cake along with it because now they get an opportunity to try and really not focus on the middle of the pack tables teams rather than focus on the front, the teams that they have already dropped a match to like Chennai and FC or FC Goa. And I think for them, that's where they really wanted to set with this matchup, right? To try and set the stage for the rest of their week or in the next 2 weeks to try and look forward rather than looking back.
Yeah, I mean, I think for them the chase begins now. They'll be looking up that table, seeing FC Goa, seeing Chennai and FC are right up there, and I mean it's just I think a 3-point gap for them right now.
Yeah.
So, and of course both Chennai and FC Goa will have to play each other at some point. So there's going to be drop points over there, and yeah, let's get some context as to what's happening with that. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. For now, I think everybody's had a game in over there. You see Chennai and FC play 3-1-3, FC Goa played 3-1-3. Bengaluru FC now getting in there with 6 points. Of course, they played one game more than Jamshedpur, which is the only other team on 6 points currently. Earlier in the day, we saw SC East Bengal getting off the mark with a very, very convincing victory against ATK Mohun Bagan, who, along with Mumbai City and Odisha FC, yet to get off the mark. But sadly for them, they have played 4 games and have 4 losses. But let's hope for a comeback from them sometime soon.
Yeah, it's a long stage, but right now ATK Mohun Bagan, they really need some sort of redemption in their play. But for now, let's head on over to an interview with Varsi himself and talk to him about the win. Congratulations, Varsi, for the win itself. It was a huge victory. How are you feeling?
Thank you, man. Like, obviously, काफी अच्छी feeling है. Like, the last 2 games were not good for us. We lost back-to-back games, and like I told Sagnik Cope, me like we have to push for the win. Draw nahi chahiye, and we wanted those 3 points, and we got them.
Yeah, so how are you feeling? Obviously, I think the first game that you played against Adizima, the first half was very, very evenly matched. What went wrong for you? I think you would have been very annoyed with the deflection for the first goal that you conceded. जो पहला वाला goal था, it was deflected. तो कैसा लगा in the second half? Like what went wrong for you?
Obviously, Sagnik told me that I was dominating the first half, and that deflection, that's part of the game. I can't do anything about it, right? So yeah, like thoda bura laga tha obviously, but yeah, obviously kudos to Zima for playing so well. He kept his composure, and yeah, he got the better of me. So yeah, and the thing was like I told Sagnik ki second game mein win chahiye at any cost, and we'll push for the win in the third game. So yeah, that's what our plan was.
Yeah, and talking about the third game, the co-op game, it looked like you guys have really put in a lot of time and effort. Azim was mentioning defensively, you guys were very looking compact. Even attacking wise, it looked clear game plan दिख रहा था आपके approach पे. तो ऐसा कुछ आप लोग ने prepare किया था for the co-op specifically?
Yeah, like the last game, we were not doing like well defensively, and we just had a talk कि defensive mindset से खेलना है, game अच्छा रखना है, क्योंकि obviously we're gonna get attacking opportunities and उस पे capitalize करना है. Last time we were doing a bit of extra skills, तो इस time था कि basically X pass पे focus करना है, and yeah.
Yeah, well done. I think you guys did a great job defensively, especially तुम लोग दोनों. I could see कि you all were pressing as a pair. You would always go together, come together, go together, come together. तो बहुत ही अच्छा था to watch you all doing that, and yeah, congratulations on the win.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
Alright, I think we'll be looking forward to seeing more of you in action in the future. But for now, thank you so much, Varsi. It was a pleasure watching you today.
Thank you, man. Take care, boys.
Thank you.
Well, Azim, with that, our second set has been completed. Beautifully played by Bangalore to pull off the reverse sweep of sorts after losing that first game, able to win the next two.
Yep. Yeah, I think taking a leaf out of the FC Goa school of thought, where you basically have to lose one to win one, and then clutch it in the final game.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, I mean, anything works as long as you get those 3 points, right? And it's exactly what
Yeah.
Varsi said. They had their eye on those 3 points and they got it done perfectly. But with that, unfortunately, it is the end of our day. Don't you worry, we will be back just as soon. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notifications. But for now, that's the end of the eISL powered by Coca Cola with Hero as our associate sponsor, Nodwin Gaming as our esports partner, and PlayStation as our platform partner. We'll see you later.